Yoyo is moving out of premium orbs. Anti-Venom is the new premium exclusive character. I'm going to get your thoughts on that, Goofy. Also, some counters to Heroes for Hire, the new horrible meta war defensive team. How do you deal with these guys? We're going to discuss that, Goofy. And Adam Warlock is confirmed. Yes, but who else is next? We're going to talk all about that and more, Goofy, on this edition of your Marvel Strike Force Weekly News Update. And if you're ready for it, my brother GoofyRhexi, tell him what to do.
Let's go smash it.
ValleyFlyin.
What is up, Valley Maniacs? I am ValleyFlyin. Welcome back to your Marvel Strike Force Weekly News Update on the ValleyFlyin channel. This week, I am joined by my brother right here, GoofyRhexi. Goofy, how have you been, my friend? It has been a while.
I know, brother. You know, it's a 7-week-old baby. How do you think I'm doing? I'm tired.
7 weeks? Has it been that long, man? I feel this time has flown. I remember when you just told me your wife was pregnant, and now you're getting no sleep. So hopefully this goes well. Hopefully you have enough consciousness to get through this.
Pray for me.
But before we get to the news, I do want to talk about a couple new things that I've heard. The first is about Healmaster and Merc Medics, and I heard on stream this morning that this was related to Crit Shuri. What can you tell us about this? Yeah,
so Crit Shuri may be old news. This may be old news now.
It is. Everybody's aware of her meta-ness.
Yeah, everybody's aware of her meta-ness. If you don't know, Crit Shuri, Raider ISO on Crit Shuri, it makes her crit every now and again. And when she does crit, 26k damage if you have her at G14. That's what I'm talking about.
That is so strong in taking out maybe a weak minion or something.
I don't know. It's not advisable for you to do it. But there's this new meta right now.
Okay.
We have Healmaster, and then we also have Merc Medics. Now, I wasn't aware of this. I wasn't aware of this until last night on my roster roast. I saw it on this roster, and I was like, man, what is this? You have healer ISOs on all the mercs, and including Taskmaster. So this is a new meta that's forming, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know what to say. This seems like a good one. So healer ISOs on your merc characters. Don't care about the skirmisher. Don't care about the assist. Nobody needs those things. What you need is all of your mercs to have the healer ISO, ladies and gentlemen. You heard it here first.
All right. It sounds almost as good as the crit on a Shuri. Let me introduce you to one new meta before we get into the normal news topics. It is this. If you're listening to the podcast version, we're looking at Gamora with her slick new animation. You see that? You see what it's doing? That is the new meta. In addition to Crit Shuri and Medic Heal, it is that animation of Gamora, the new meta. I guess this is the empowered state of her. What do you think of this animation that we're seeing here for Gamora? The green flash from her sword, taking out a minion. Super strong.
Yeah, 21k damage, baby. Let's go.
Oh, yeah, look at that.
Oh, yeah, let's go.
She is now almost as strong as Shuri. Not quite Shuri level, but almost.
Not quite, but almost. This is funny to me because the animation looks really good, but then the reward for the end result of the animation, when you look at the actual damage, it doesn't really do much. So, I mean, hey, do with it what you want.
Crit Gamora, guys. Crit Gamora. All right, let's get into some real news topics. First, I want to talk about is this, the dark promo credits that we got issued. Ultimus Ultron got some credits, and unfortunately we got a less chance while there's a featured character. So right now there's a featured character of Misty Knight. We are going to talk about her in a little bit, but we don't have that increased by 10 when we're opening a Red Star Orb, and not very friendly. This is not a very friendly thing, I think. And then the Ultron Red Stars for him. Yeah. I don't even know if that matters. I know Ultimus does not matter, but what is your take when you first saw this? Did you rush out and open your orbs to get a star for Ultron?
Not at all. Absolutely not at all. For me, I just didn't find it to be as valuable. The amount of orbs that you have to open up to get red stars on Ultron. you know, what is it, like 240 plus basic orbs just for you to get 3 red stars on them? It's capped at 1,500. I didn't think it was valuable, man, whatsoever. Now, I will say, I think that this is good for earlier players who are just getting Ultron. You know, you probably, if you're starting after what, 9 days from now, you probably won't be able to get characters like Silver Surfer and Kestrel, and Doom is going to be far away. So being able to get red stars on a character like Ultron, I still think may have some merit and may have some worth. It's just, I don't know if also sacrificing not getting good red stars on featured characters is good, because power creep in this game is massive, right? So you do want to get good red stars on new characters. So I don't like it. And what scares me is that eventually they're gonna be putting, they said this in the year preview, right, that this is gonna be a feature that they're gonna use for other future characters, right? So that concerns me, especially considering that you're not getting a ton of red star basic orb currency, you know, in this game, and you kind of gotta hoard them, man, just to be able to have enough. So I think sometimes.
Yeah, this whole red star system is so screwy. I've had not been a fan of it since day one. It's been a necessary evil in order to get our rosters where they need to be in order to be competitive in this game, but I'm not a fan of this entire system. Now, there's 2 trains of thoughts with these dark promo credits. Open your red star orbs right away when there's no featured character, and then when there's a featured character, use those elite 4s, 5s on it, or just ignore this and open your orbs like they were. And as these come, as you start to get these dark promo credits, that's when you start to do Ultron. What camp are you in right now for both of your accounts, for your main account and for your newer account? What are you doing as far as holding red stars for this?
Yeah, I'm definitely hoarding them, because I feel like it's better for me to open it up for featured characters.
Featured, okay.
Yeah,
on both of the accounts?
On both of the accounts, and I'll explain why. I just feel like I want to get a higher chance of being able to get good red stars on these featured characters. Now, basic red star orbs, they are trash, right? They don't typically result in anything good. But the way I look at it, it's a game of volume, right? And having more red stars available to open for these featured characters gives me a higher chance of being able to land for, you know, at least a minimum of 4 red stars on a character. That's the way I look at it. Now, if you're someone that is spending money on red stars, then you may find value opening up some red stars outside of, you know, the featured character to get those dark promo credits. But for me personally, I don't spend money on red stars. You know, there's only a certain amount that I get. There's a lot of new characters that come into the game. I just think it's just better. And for my baby account too, the reason why I'm hoarding them is that you know, I get like 5 or 6 a week, you know, and even if I open them now, whatever character is already in them already is going to be there when the featured drop rate is there too. So that's kind of my train of thought is, hey, why rush to open them, you know, now just to get red stars on Ultron, especially considering it's at level 66. Won't be getting Ultron until I'm at level 70.
Yeah, so that is my train of thought as well. Wait for the featured character. There is some arguments against that, and I did an interview with Mr. Hartgrave when these first came out. You guys could check out that video. He does make some very good points. One of them is that we're not getting too much good stuff in these normal red star orbs anyway, so might as well get that. My pushback though is, I'm not really using Ultron. Even with 3 red stars, people are telling me still not very valuable. I think for characters now to be valuable, you need them at 5, 6, or 7, and 3 red stars on Ultron. I don't know if it makes too much of a difference to change up the way that I'm farming these red star orbs. But let me know what you guys are doing. Let me know what you guys are doing with these red star orbs, these dark promotion credits. Very curious to see what the majority of the community is doing, because I think there's a merit to both sides of the argument. But let me move on to this new character all the way down here. And she's all the way down here because I did not buy her when she was released. She was bugged upon release. This ultimate was not working. Apparently, it did get fixed. So I'm very happy that it got fixed and is working as intended as far as the reports. Obviously, you see, I don't have her unlocked, so I have not been able to test it firsthand to make sure that it's working properly. But all the reports are saying it is working properly now. But what's up with these bugs? Why do we get another character bugged upon release? And I do got to give credit for Scopely for fixing this the proper way, not going back and changing the text, not waiting for months to fix this. They did this within a couple days, so that is good. But what is up with the bugs? Why are we getting more bugs upon release, Goofy?
Yeah, so I think it's just you know, I think there's a lot of things, like it's attention to the detail. I think the general consensus is that they probably only tested this on war defense and didn't test it at all outside of that. So that's the reason why she wasn't able to land, you know, her ability block and disrupted. You know, to give credit where credit is due, like you said, they have been fixing a lot of these bugs quicker, but it's still annoying. I think it's the quantity, right? The bugs that we've been seeing recently. I think that is why we feel we're annoyed. We're annoyed.
For me, it's not necessarily the quantity. It's the lack of attention to detail. I mean, if you just play with these characters for a little bit, you'll notice that she initially, when she was released, was not applying ability block, was not applying disrupted on that ultimate attack of hers, and just using her in a couple battles would have made that very, very evident. But for me, it's the lack of attention to detail. You know, the issues with the what is the bits, whatever they're called for the Nick Fury, where they didn't calculate that correctly. Someone went in and calculated within a couple of minutes, figured out, oh, this does not add up. So for me, it's the lack of attention to detail, and we've been talking about their lack of attention to detail on these small things, these little tiny things that seem insignificant, but you know. And at that point, if you worry about that stuff, then a lot of these big things will normally take care of themselves. But what are your thoughts on Misty Knight as a character?
I like her for not just gameplay reasons. I actually like her a lot from a design perspective. Okay. I think she was really well designed. I like the, you know, the metal, everything down to the metal arm, the suit, the frill, the eyebrow. I mean, she's a really good visually appealing character, I think, you know, in the game. So they pay a lot of attention to detail there, right? Yes. So I do like her.
Sometimes.
Sometimes,
she
you know,
has a neck. She has a neck. So that's
she
good.
does have a neck, yes. And her eyes don't look weird, Crystal. So she's fine.
But yeah, the character model itself looks good. The character kit, I think, looks good. The problem is where you use her. Use a war defense, and that's probably the most boring place, in my opinion, for this character and this entire team. By the way, so
the team I think is solid. I think that there's already people who are finding some other, like if you put you know, Doom on the team, it works. If you're not using Kestrel, stuff like that. I mean, we're finding that they're a formidable team, but I think this is a team for players who already had defenders already built up. This is more of a plot one later on type of investment team. I feel other than that, it's you're not really doing much. It's a war defense team. I mean, and there's going to be a counter soon, right? That they're going to release, or that's already in the game.
They may be counters already. You might have to break up teams and make some hybrid teams for that counter, but it looks like there's already counters to this team. Now, a lot of the counters are like punch downs, so I don't know what we'll be able to punch up on this team once people get this team fully built, but yeah, not fun. And I don't know, do you see any viability for this character outside of war defense?
So I think Misty's kit, yes, I do think that there's some viability with her outside of war defense. I do think that the fact that she can actually apply ability block and disrupt outside is good.
Now,
right? Like at this moment, right? Not 2 days ago, but you know, now, you know, she's fine. You know, I do think that she has a pretty good kit, but I think, you know, she's a tech character. I don't necessarily know if you need for Doom raids. I don't necessarily know if you need another tech character, if you have Doom, if you have Kestrel. Kestrel has been the answer to a lot of these Doom raids, you know, for tech and for skill lanes. So I don't know if you need Misty Knight at all. And once again, the lore is not there because she's a war defense character. Once again, if they had just made this team war, not war defense or war offense, just war, that would have been, I think, more viable. Why didn't
they continue that? They did that with the Sinister Six. They did that with the Wave 1 Avengers. I thought, oh, this is going to be some good stuff coming up. Yeah. This is how it's going to be from now on. We could choose, we could plan stuff out, and then we get a bunch of war offense teams, and now we got a war defense team, and very, very disappointing. I that's a good point. I really would have liked just war for this team, for maybe X Factor, for X-Men, all the teams that we got since Sinister Six and Wave 1 Avengers. But let's talk about what this means, what this team means for the game because War defense apparently a lot of 2-taps. We're going to talk about some counters to this team in just a little bit, but for if you're not using one of these hybrid teams, definite 2-tap, and I'm hearing some crazy reports of 10 War defense wins with this team. Just some crazy wins. What do you think this team means for the future of War?
Yeah, so honestly, I don't think it really means much, if I'm going to be honest with you. I don't know. I just don't. You know, I feel like you said, the counters are already in the game. I feel like this looks like Hydra 2.0, right? Granted, maybe I'm looking at this too prematurely. We don't know yet. I have not faced them in War, so I don't really know how difficult they are, because when Misty got released, War defenses were already set. You know,
Zone 1 didn't even get a chance to use this fight against this team. So
exactly.
I haven't seen her yet. I have not seen this team yet.
I haven't seen her yet, but I don't think it really means much. It's a War defense team. I think this is a lot more important for players who are later on in the game, you know, doing punching up in those higher wars. I don't think this really means anything. And I also think that what I see though is that they're going to start releasing these stronger characters, because we're going to talk about another character later on that I think might be potentially OP. They're starting to release these stronger characters now, which I think is kind of like ushering in a new wave of where Marvel Strike Force is going this year. So I'm curious to see where that's going to be.
All the older characters, especially the minions, they are screwed in this new meta. But I mean, if we talk about some of these effects, not one-shotting this room. If you're forced to use 2-taps on this room, and if every room is going to have this Heroes for Hire team, that's going to change up the full clears. That's going to change up a lot for a lot of the higher level alliances that cleared these do full clears within 13 hours of War starting. So this is going to change that. For the better or worse, it definitely will change it. Let me know what your thoughts on the changes to War because of this Heroes for Hire team. Obviously, right now it's a new team. People don't know the counters, but once everybody's using these counters, we'll have to see if everybody's doing 2-taps or everybody knows the hybrid counter already that could 1-tap to this team effectively. And a lot of the characters that I'm seeing that are used to counter this team were previously on War defense. So you're taking off a strong War defense team, putting on a new War defense team that's probably a little stronger, but it's kind of a 1-for-1 trade in my opinion. But yeah, I mean it's an upgrade. It's a better team. But we're talking about counters. I did get screenshots of a couple counters to this team, and with some fails as well. So let's go take a look at that. And I don't know if you have any counters. Have you heard from your audience if there's any other counters that they're seeing? But the first one that we're seeing is this one right here, and we see it looks like it's a Red Guardian, Black Widow, Nick Fury, Kestrel, and Yelena. It's a big punch down. I can't necessarily see the collection power here, but I think it's about 150k. It's the screenshot is really small. I can't see it. It's not super clear, but it's definitely a punch down. What do you think of this counter team? I mean, you got Kestrel, Nick Fury, you got the Skeletor. You're breaking up a lot of teams here. But that may be what we need for War. What do you think of this first counter that's showing?
It's an interesting counter. I'm curious to see how the turn went. It's a punch down though, right? So
it's a punch down, yeah.
You know, and I can't really tell. Yeah, that's a G14 Colleen wing, but I don't know where her red stars were, because I feel like if maybe our red stars were a little bit higher, those bleeds would have had a little bit more of an effect. Obviously, Kestrel can heal from those bleeds. I'm curious to see how this team worked out and how they are able to transfer some positive effects too as well, right? So I mean, they were probably able to take some of those, you know, those defense ups and the flex and, you know, use them on their side, you know, which probably enabled them to counter. But looks like Kestrel was probably the only one that was really able to survive that matchup, and I think it kind of went down to that from what I can see here.
I mean, yeah, with the stacks of charge, being able to heal themselves back up to 100% every time they drop below. You're gonna do it 2 times, and they're gonna revive if you happen to kill them. Yeah. So it's not an easy team to counter. And again, big shout out to what is his name, General Phoenix, for sending me these screenshots. Let's take a look at the second one, a slightly different team. Now, before we get to the second team, we have a fail, a combat cancel with a big Black Widow, Red Guardian, Kestrel, Ghost, and Silver Surfer. And that was a combat cancel, and that appears to be a that's an 800k team versus a 400 something. Man, that is crazy. But the one that succeeded, let's talk about this success, is a slight punch down, actually not a slight punch down. It's almost a 200k punch down, 150k punch down. X Factor and Zemo. That surprised me a little bit. Which of these two counters do you prefer? The one with the Shield, Kestrel, Nick Fury, or the X Factor with Zemo?
X Factor or Zemo, I would prefer, but I don't know how sustainable that is. You know, it's the way that I look at this. It's a massive punch down, so it's just hard to read how this went. And they still lost 2 characters in Zemo, super squishy, right? And Multiple Man, who sends out a gajillion dukes. So I don't know how this. Video footage would be better for me. And like I said, it's hard to have. Because I have not faced this team yet, so I don't necessarily know how the turn meters work for them yet. So I don't necessarily know what and how they went about doing this counter.
Yeah, the information on this team is very sketchy right now. People are just still trying to figure it out. I think there's other counters out there. I'm hearing reports of other counters. If you guys have a good counter to this team and what you guys are using to beat the Heroes for Hire, let me know. But tonight will be the war for Zone 1. Everybody in Zone 1, you get to try out this team, and hopefully you could figure out some matchups that are winnable. And so yeah, anything else on this Heroes for Hire team, it's not fun in my opinion, but that may be the way the game needs to go.
Yeah, it's a really low Misty. I didn't realize that was a counter too. It was a really low Misty. I think like double that Misty would be a lot more difficult because of her charges and what she's able to do for the team. I just think that would have been a little tougher matchup if she was bigger.
Yeah, I mean, so we're getting a lot of punch downs now, but I'm not sure what is going to happen when people start building up this team. When there's more gold stars on Colleen and Misty and whatever fifth they're using, and we'll see. We'll have to see what happens with it, because as these teams start to get bigger, you're gonna need teams that could punch up against them, and that could be rough. But maybe with Adam Warlock is being confirmed, maybe that is the counter the Heroes for Hire. But let's move on to some good. Let's move on to some good, and it is this. We got raid season milestones that were changed all the way back down to number 20. Now, changed. They were redistributed. We're not getting more silver server shards, which is what some people wanted. But for me, the big thing was this right here. Milestone 22, a T1 ability material. Man, this was so helpful for my roster. I would have had less of these. I would have had less if I didn't get this one from this milestone. So what do you think of this change, and how much of a difference did that T1 ability make for you?
Oh, it was clutch. It was the bottleneck I didn't know that it had, so therefore I really appreciate it. Thank you so much.
I like that. Yeah, the feature that I never knew I wanted, but it was installed in the game. I'm so happy with this. How did the silver server shards affect your both of your accounts, your smaller account and your larger account?
Oh, smaller account, not even close. Nothing for us. There's nothing for us whatsoever.
And to refresh my memory, how big is that smaller account?
So I think we're at 800K TCP.
We're still not there yet.
But for the main account, that's nothing. I mean, we're going to be getting the same amount of shards. So
you're already hitting the shards.
Yeah, I was already hitting this number. I mean, I think we were probably hitting like milestone 36 or something like that, right? So I'm like,
oh, nice. Okay, good. So I guess everybody that is able to hit milestone 20 through 27, this is huge, and especially at that milestone 22. Yeah. But yeah, this is a good, nice change. There's a lot to complain about
it's a welcome change,
Scopely, but they do listen. They don't always act, but they listen. They know where our pain points. They are self-aware. Let me say that. They know what's going on. They don't always want to make the changes, and some of the things are purposefully to make a lot of money, but they're self-aware. They know what's going on, and they listen to the community. But yes. Any other thoughts on these silver surfer milestones?
No, that's it, man. I actually really appreciate the fact that they did change this up. Previously before it was at milestone 28 before you started getting any shards. I think that this is a lot more welcomed. I think there's some earlier players that could still benefit from getting some silver surfer shards. You know, especially if you're free to play, you're only going to be getting 50 shards for them through the strike pass if you completed it. I'm just seeing a lot of players who were not able to complete strike pass and also are still at like 42 out of 45 that are not spenders. So I do feel bad for that community. You know, I think that they should be able to get some shards, even if it's just 3 shards a season or something like that. I think that still goes a long way.
Just as a gesture, I agree.
Just as a gesture, you know, just to be able to give, because you know Silver Surfer is not going to be farmable anytime soon, right? Give them some shards, I think.
Yeah. All right, so this is a good thing. Let's move on though. And are you ready for some salt? We're about to get a little salty again.
Oh boy!
All right,
bring it on. Bring it on.
All right, so we got these rewards. Is it last week? I think it was 2 weeks ago in our inbox for the emergency downtime, and I thought these were pretty good rewards. I thought this was compensation for the emergency downtime because it says emergency downtime right there. But there was an emergency downtime because of the compensation that was issued for the extended downtime for the patch notes, right? Which we still have not gotten or any word of what is going on with that. What do you think is going on with the compensation for the patch notes downtime or the patch release downtime that happened? That originally prompted the emergency downtime because of those rewards. What do you think is going to happen with that?
So this is, and I don't want anybody to feel as if though I am letting them off the hook. I'm not doing it. What I'm just saying is they have a lot of compensation that they have in backlog, and there's some other compensations that they should have done a while ago that they haven't done yet. I don't know what's going on. I don't know if it's once again, do we blame it on the simple fact that they are not fully back in the office yet? Maybe they're making some transitions there, but they are super slow. You know, it's not just the patch notes. There's some other comps that they have not done, or at least one other comp that I can think about that they haven't done yet.
Well, the patch notes should be a major one because that was some downtime. There were some players that were that had their accounts frozen during the whole downtime. There were some people that were able to play, and yeah, it's a messy situation that they were sending this stuff out for. I know I was the update dropped. I was like, oh, the update's here, and I clicked on it, and then as soon as that happened, I was not able to log in my game for I don't know how many hours, and there's some items that were missing from my account because I was not able to log in. I think this compensation, this emergency downtime compensation, made me whole for those hours I missed while this compensation went on. So yeah, they're missing stuff. Another one that they said that we're going to bring back towards the end of May, and we're on the 19th right now as we're recording this. Only a few more days. They said they would bring that compensation back for Multiple Man, which his event was rewarding the wrong orbs. He was not in the Red Star orbs, and nothing yet for that. I know they mentioned something about the Red Stars that they're going to have another featured event for Multiple Man, but nothing about his event rewarding the wrong orbs. When do you think we're going to get notification about that?
Never. No, I'm kidding.
Never.
Never. No, I'm kidding. Never. I'm kidding. I'm sorry. No, I'm kidding. No, I think that they're going to prioritize. My thought was that they're probably going to prioritize the patch notes first, right? And we're going to probably see the compensation for that first, and then they will revisit Mum at some point, which I'm expecting that needs to be some good, healthy compensation because it's been time now. There are players who still don't have. Didn't get a lot of shards. So I'm expecting that the compensation is going to be shards for Multiple Man. How many shards, you can kind of make a decision on what that is, or you can make a guess on what that is. But I think that they'll probably be prioritizing the patch notes first before they do this one. So that's, I mean, I would expect this. They said by the end of the month. I'll give it until the 25th before we start barking at him again.
All right. Six days, Goofy. Goofy's gonna start barking at you if you don't do anything in 6 days.
6 days. Because people keep on messaging me about it. So damn it, do it.
Cerebro, put out some public notes about what's going on with this compensation. Now, my final question about this compensation: do you think that this compensation was kind of combined for both of these things, both the extended patch time and this downtime? Am I making too much of this? Was this? Did this make you whole for both of these, or just one?
So yeah, this was fine for me. I didn't open up any red stars because I saw what was going on.
I'm not talking about the multiple. I'm talking about extended downtime for the patches and the emergency downtime. Does this compensation make you whole for both of those, or just one? Because I was thinking it made me whole for one. I was like, oh, this is good for one. I don't think it made me whole for both though.
No, just one. This was just one compensation.
Okay.
There's
so
still
we
two
are
more
in the same
needed.
boat.
Yeah.
Okay. Just wanted to make sure. All right. Let me know your thoughts, guys. Do you still think we're owed this compensation for the extended patch downtime that caused this initial emergency downtime? Because I still have no idea what is going on. I think, you know what would be helpful? If they send, a lot of these times our commanders have identified this issue in the game when we get this compensation for technical issues, right? Right. If they could send like a corresponding tweet, say, hey, the compensation for X went out. This is it should be in your inbox. That way we know what's going on. Maybe not in the inbox itself, but maybe a tweet corresponding with that, just to let us know what's going on. But let's move on to something a little more exciting. Enough with assault. Let's talk about this. Do you see what is in the background of the Heroes for Hire right here? What is this that you see for everybody that's listening to the podcast version of this? Describe what you're seeing between Misty Knight and Colleen Wing.
So in between Misty Knight and Colleen Wing, it looks like some sort of a hibernation chamber of some sort, or some pod that is holding.
Oh no! I should have turned down that volume. My bad. All right, sorry. Let me play this. Let me move this back.
It's all good. It's all good, man.
What was it that we're seeing? The hibernation chamber? Sorry, I thought I had it muted.
Some pod that is holding this god-looking tier character.
Who is it holding?
It looks very similar to the end of the Guardians of the Galaxy 2 when I forgot what her name was.
The gold lady. I don't know her name.
Gold woman, mentioned Adam. So I'm assuming that this is gonna be Adam Warlock. This is confirmation, and I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm a little hurt by it, and I'm a little hurt by it. I'm gonna tell you why.
Why are you hurt by Adam Warlock?
Because I kept on saying, people, y'all are crazy. Why do you think Adam Warlock's coming into the game just because Gamora has these new animations? You guys are making stuff up, and then now I see this, and I'm like, dang, I was wrong.
I said that the morning that this video was released, yesterday morning. I'm like, no, it can't be Adam Warlock coming next, because that makes sense for Guardians of the Galaxy 3. I think what would make sense more for the next legendary would be someone like Black Knight, who has ties to the Eternal movies that is coming out later this year. That would make more sense. But maybe the Guardians of the Galaxy is so far away that they're like, all right, we don't want to wait 2 years to release this character. We want him in the game now. So let's just release him now. Do you think he's going to be a legendary character? Do you think this is going to be a third patch in a row where we get a meta-changing character like Silver Surfer and Kestrel? Now it's going to be Adam Warlock as the next meta-changing character?
No, I don't think that you can't do that, man. I mean, well, you can do it because this is whatever you want to do, right? I mean, well, I shouldn't say that. Just because I said that they can't do it, they're probably going to do it. I mean,
they're going to do it just because of you, Goofy.
Damn it. Sorry, guys. Sorry, MSF community. I apologize. No, but I do think that Adam Warlock is definitely, if he's not a legendary character, there has to be like a gold milestone, or actually, you know what? Somebody mentioned this yesterday in chat, that what if Adam Warlock was Dark Dimension 4 is kind of, a lot of people are getting doomed now. What if Adam Warlock was an introduction to them being a Dark Dimension 5 character?
Possibly. I think the timing is a little soon. I think so Dark Dimension 5 is still a few months away. Let me throw this idea out for you, Goofy. Yeah. We haven't had a gold milestone character since Emma left those milestone orbs many months ago. Fair. Is he the next milestone character? Maybe he's not even a legendary. Do you think that is something? Because people are wondering, when's the next milestone character coming? How long should I be saving my gold for these next milestones? I could get this. Is it Adam Warlock? What is your prediction on that?
I think Adam Warlock would be a great gold milestone, because I put gold milestone characters. They're the upper echelon of characters in this game.
They're good, yeah. Emma, Symbiote, Spider-Man. At the time, Captain Marvel, not so much anymore, but at the time, Captain Marvel.
Yeah,
Coulson, whatever.
Coulson technically at the time was like one of
the top ward, but still very little value outside of ward defense. So I wouldn't put him in the same realm as Captain Marvel, Symbiote, Spider-Man, and Emma, because they were useful in many different places, where Coulson was kind of hamstrung to just one game mode. So
and a 4-star unlock, by the way.
So maybe let me know your thoughts. What do you think this is going to be? A normal character, a legendary character, or a milestone character, or some other new thing that they're introducing. But yes, any other thoughts on Adam Warlock?
Yeah, I think Adam Warlock is a very welcome character. I think a lot of us have wanted, you know, when you play Marvel, when you're a Marvel fanatic, right? You look at certain characters and you look at, you know, how powerful they are, and you say, hey, it would be nice to play with those characters. And for that reason, I do think that Adam Warlock would be very welcome, you know, in this game. Curious as to whether or not they're going to be introducing them as a, you know, with a team, or if they're going to introduce him just as a standalone character that potentially could work with other, you know, Guardians or cosmic characters as well, similar to Silver Surfer. Curious as to how they would do that, but I do think it's welcome. Would like, if it's a team, that's cool. If he's a legendary release, you know, I think that there's a lot of speculation in regards to who could potentially unlock him right now.
We'll discuss that speculation, because I do have some thoughts and some hopes. But as far as the data mines about what is coming next, we get a big one that I think it dropped late last night. Yeah, and it is about premium orbs. Anti-Venom character shards are now exclusively available in premium orb that had to drop right along Call Obsidian. That first line, not very friendly. That means that 2 of the 3 symbiotes are farmable. The other 3 are not. We got symbiote Spider-Man, really only in those milestone orbs, which have a very low RNG chance of getting him. Scream, same things in those arena orbs, and now premium orbs for Anti-Venom. So very tough for new players to start to combat the Doom raids or even Ultima 7 at this point, because the Axemen aren't farmable either. So not very good. I guess the positive thing is Yoyo no longer featured at a higher drop rate, and she's going to go to the raid store, which is good. What are your thoughts first on Anti-Venom? What are your thoughts on this as someone that has 2 types of accounts at different levels in the game?
I think it's not good. You know, there are 2 premier raid teams in this game. There's the symbiotes and there's Axemen. Axemen, we know that they're not going to be available to earlier players for a while, and we kind of understand that, right? Jubilee's a legendary character. That's fair. That's okay. You know, I think, you know, the other team is the symbiotes, and you've made that team either wallet farmable or super luck. You have to get a lot of luck in order for you to be able to get those characters. Scream is in the arena orbs. You have Carnage is also in the war store. It's not an easy character to grab and farm and get, you know, from there in terms of the symbiotes as well, because there's so many other characters that are needed. Crowded. For legendaries.
And by the way, you mentioned that. They mentioned they're taking minions out. They still have not taken any minions out of that. They mentioned that months and months ago and still has not happened. So, Scopely, I'm calling you out on all the things that you've said you're going to do and forgot.
Yeah, for sure. And AV's just a bad feel, man. I felt bad. I made a video about it this morning. I talked about where, for me, later game players, whatever, right? Like it kind of sucks for us too. But really, where this hurts the most is really for earlier players, and it creates this massive gap. You know, they're not going to be able to get a raid team that they could use. They're also not going to be able to be as impactful in Dark Dimensions, you know, later on 3, Dark Dimension 4, as they kind of progress through the game. Yeah. There's no other catch-up mechanics in this game to help players to progress earlier and to progress faster, right? So locking this team behind a paywall or behind RNG, not good for the community. Doesn't set I would say it sets a bad precedent, but ultimately this has been the precedent that they've been setting for, you know, how long now. So it's just not good.
Yes, not good. Now let's talk about the positive thing on this. Yoyo's finally coming out. Good character. Awesome character about a year ago. One of the important characters for Ultima 7. So I guess it's going to be easier for players to get through Ultima 7. But I guess the big team there was Anti-Venom, Symbiote Spider-Man, Black Bolt Yoyo, and then Carnage. So you're still going to be missing two of the characters for that Ultimate 7 team. But what are your thoughts on Yoyo right now? Where are you using her on your new account? Where are you using her in your bigger account?
Yeah, so new account, I'm not really using her. She's only at 2 yellow, 2 red. So therefore, I'm not really, I don't really find a lot of value for her right now.
Makes sense.
And I don't have Black Bolt. So those two kind of go together. And when it comes to certain content in this game, you know, Black Bull is faster when Yoyo's there because he can actually assist on the basics, right? So it's better when they're together. I will say I think that this does bode well for players who want to get Ebony Maw, right? 5-star, he's the toughest unlock, I think, in this game, you know, from a legendary perspective. Not Jubilee. Jubilee is relatively easy because you get Bishop and Jubilee in the legendary event, so it's actually not that bad. But Ebony Maw is a harder and tougher unlock, and I think being able to have Yoyo give her offense down is very good. I know some players are saying that she's too expensive in the raid store, but I would say prioritizing opening up raid orbs, you know, as opposed to target farming characters, will land you some shards. You can probably unlock her, and then once you can get a consistent flow of raid credits, then you can probably target farm her in the store. So I do think that this actually bodes well, you know, for all players in this game, because I do think Yoyo can be impactful, you know, if you are able to get higher red stars on her. And I think she's one of the if you don't have the symbiotes, Black Bull and Yoyo actually does provide a lot of value for you in Doom raids. So I think she still has a place in this game, and it's about time, man. She's been in the premium morphs for too long.
Yeah, it definitely is time, and I think that was the argument. Who do they take out, Cull or Yoyo? I think Cull would help people more, but Yoyo's been in there so long. They had to take her out. They had to do it before Cull.
I don't think Cull should even be there either. I don't even think Cull should even be in the premium wars. Not
now. I mean, they're like a year behind of their characters that are in the premium wars. Yoyo not as valuable. The character that we need right now is Anti-Venom, and they're logging him, so it's not very friendly. But let's move on. Let's move on. And oh my goodness, more salt. I wish that I wasn't so salty all the time, but we got the new training orbs. We saw a data mine about this. It went live last week or last night, excuse me. Ability orbs. We have ability orbs in the game right now. They're going away. We have these new T1, T2, T3 training ability orbs. I guess there's no way to get them yet. What are your thoughts on this change? And then we'll go through these numbers because I'm not very happy with these numbers.
Okay, so I haven't looked at the numbers yet. I thought this was actually going to be a welcome change.
All right, well, let me show you the numbers before I get your comment, because that may change. All right, so center pillar. All you get on this new T3 abilities is all these purple mats. And I know that's something that you need a lot, just like that T1 ability mat. And then on the side pillar, 10% chance to get 4 T4s, 90% chance to get more purples. And it's the same on that right pillar as well. So 10% chance pretty much to get 4 T4s on one side and 10% chance to get T4s on the other side. That is the T3 orb. I guess that's slightly better than the other ability orb because you're eliminating that. But I don't have a bottleneck of blues, greens, and purples. The one I need is the T4s. And I know some people need these blues because of the way the raids are structured. But now that you know what is going on with it, what are your thoughts on these new orbs?
I have mixed feelings on it. Because here's the thing, T4s are definitely needed. I'm getting a decent amount of them where I'm not really seeing a deficit every month. So I also am very resource management heavy in general. So I don't tend to spend what I don't need, but I do understand that as you progress to later game, T4s become a lot more valuable. You know, if you're doing, you know, higher, like if you're in Plat 1, well, which I am, but I mean, if you're further along, you're getting really tough matchups in Plat 1 and doing Doom raids a lot, you know, those T4s could be a lot more valuable for you. But I will say this though, T3s are very tough for earlier players in this game, and not being able to get them at a freaking pace. If you're not 100%ing U6 raids, you're not really getting enough T3s to advance your roster. You know, so I do think that this does help out mid-game players and earlier players. So I think that this is fine. But yeah, mixed reviews, because I do think that T4s should be a lot more available for later players. There should be maybe that should have been a T4 ability orb, right? I think that would have felt better. But I do think the T3
would be worth 450 tokens in my opinion.
Yeah.
Not
we don't know exactly how we're going to be getting this currency to open up these orbs yet, right? I think we just see the orbs in the game. I don't know what the currency is. How we're going to be getting these? Are we going to be getting these through the challenges?
It looks like a total new currency for all three of these. So
okay,
not sure how they're going to distribute this. But my big problem with this, and I like that refreshing perspective, because I thought this was all bad, but I didn't realize how much of a grind it was for these T3s. So I guess it's not all bad. But my problem is down to these milestone orbs. The milestone orbs are still rewarding. What is it rewarding? Oh, this old ability materials that's going to be obsolete. Why is that going on? And not only that, we have Block Party coming back in a couple days. And the first time rewards for Block Party. Have you seen this? Old ability orb, old ability orb. What is going to happen to Block Party? They need to redistribute and redistribute these rewards. Why have they not done this yet? Is there too many bugs and too many fires they're trying to put out before and they're not noticing this stuff, or what or they're giving us advance notice, and maybe they're going to be removing these ability orbs in a couple months or something? But what is your take on this, that they're still rewarding this old outdated ability orbs in some of the content right now, especially those milestone orbs?
So I think that they probably just they wanted to release the new T3, the new ability orbs, so that you could take a look at what they're going to be rewarding. But it seems as if though everything should have happened all at the same time, right? You should have adjusted the block party stuff. You should have adjusted the milestone orbs.
That makes sense to me.
You know, of course, simultaneously then release the ability orbs. It seems premature. It seems premature and not well thought out. Is what, and I think the biggest thing for me too is, it's okay to do stuff if you explain it and say, okay, well, we're releasing these new ability orbs. For now, Block Party this iteration of Block Party will feature this. The milestone orbs will feature this, but on such and such date, this will be updated. You know, but it feels bad for the Block Party, because you only get this every 2 months. So it kind of seems like a missed opportunity here for a lot of players.
And what are you thinking they're going to do it instead? The T3s, the T2s, T1? What are they going to use instead of these ability orbs that's currently in the first time rewards for Block Party?
Yeah, so I probably expect some fragments. They're going to space it. I would expect that they're going to space it out. T1, T2, T3s, like, you know, the first time rewards, things like that. They're going to be spacing that out as you move forward. I don't know how exactly they're going to do it. But and I don't know, man. I'm at a loss of words sometimes when I see them do certain things. You know, it's just not well thought out and well released information. You know, that really it forces us to work backwards, and I don't like that.
So the other thing is Block Party is coming this week. Getting some T4s from that. These ability orbs, do you think this is what it's showing right now in the game for people that have not gotten those first time rewards? Do you think that they're going to fix this before Block Party goes live in a couple days, or this is going to remain in effect for this current iteration of Block Party?
There is no indication that they are going to be doing that. So therefore, I'm going to go with a no, that this is going to be what you're going to have this iteration of Block Party.
Yeah, you're probably right, unfortunately. Now, they did say in the in-game message that we should open our ability orbs right now. They're permanently removing it from the store in favor of the new orbs. We'll have an inbox message with the exact date in the near future. Hopefully that's sometime down the line, and hopefully all this stuff gets sorted out. The milestone orbs, the first time rewards, anywhere else that's awarding these ability orbs, I hope that gets sorted out before this change goes live and they remove the thing. But yeah, we're in addition to Block Party coming back, we're also getting a new Flash event. It is this back to Bootcamp event, and we're getting some decent rewards for them. Training mats, long overdue. What is how excited for you to finally get some training mats in a Flash event? People have been asking for this since the first year of this, and we're finally getting it in year 3. What is this long overdue for you?
Yeah, it's definitely long overdue, and it's a welcome change. I mean, I'll definitely give them credit where credit is due, right? I do like that they're doing this, you know, now. I'm hoping that they are going to be doing this on a monthly basis. I don't think that we've gotten any sort of indication as to whether or not this is going to be either bi-monthly or if it's going to be monthly, right? So that's one thing that I want to know soon. I'm excited for the opportunity to be able to get more training mats, pushing characters to level 80. I'm doing Doom raids now 3 times a week. I do need characters to be higher leveled, and to have more training mats to do so, you know, is very important in this game. So I do like that they are doing this. Reminder to everyone, you're only going to be able to do the first 3 missions of this event. So don't go boosting up your skill military team just to be able to do this first 3
stars is all. Actually, mission 3. At least 4 military skill characters at 3 stars. This is all you're going to be able to do on this iteration right here. So as long as you're at 3 stars, you don't have to be going crazy. So this double drop for Yelena going on right now, you don't need to be going super crazy for it if you already have her at 3 stars. Exactly. If you're just planning for this event, we actually got the rewards, the first time rewards in the game right now. It's looking like you're getting 225 for tier 1, 225 of these L3 training materials, and then a 1 training orb. You're getting 1 training orb, 325 of these L3s for tier 2, and then 375 of these L3s and 2 training orbs at level 3, and that's what we should be expecting as far as the first time rewards. And then some more of the training orbs, some more of the fragments, decent, but I guess the recurring down the road when we finally get to tier 7 is when we're gonna get some decent stuff there. So yeah, what are there particular characters that you're looking forward to promoting with these training orbs? Yeah, training mats, all the stuff that we're getting.
Yeah, definitely. I'm gonna stand still right now on my roster because I'm primarily just upgrading characters for Dark Dimension 4, and I'll probably boost up 1 skill military character to level 45, actually maybe level 30, because I realize that I have 7-star characters, so I probably won't even do that. But yeah, I mean, all of my Dark Dimension 4 characters, we have our legendaries to complete. So I'm kind of just waiting on that. And I need 3 alien spores to get all of my city characters ready.
Those alien spores, they're so rare.
Yeah, so rare.
So this is a good thing. Let's move on to more positivity, because I like to focus on the positive. But yeah, so Skullplay doesn't allow it sometimes to keep focusing on positive.
Right.
Elite Store. This happened last night. People were wanting for weeks and weeks. I predicted a few weeks ago that this would happen, and it never came. And then by the end, I was like, I don't know if it's gonna happen. When is it gonna happen? Maybe they're doing something different. We got it last night though. Super happy. Got another star on my, and luckily for me, it popped up right in the promotion store. But yes, man. I think this is a good thing. He's available in a normal way. One of the most OP powered characters in the game. Is this affecting you? Are you looking for Silver Surfer? You can finally spend some silver promotion credits on this character.
No, so I had him at 5 reds, and I feel comfortable where he is.
You already have him at you didn't even need it to pop in the store.
Yeah, so you got lucky. But this is one of the things that definitely should have been done a while ago. We were waiting for a while for this, so I'm happy for you guys to be able to have an opportunity to, finally promote, your Silver Surfer. Yes,
I think this is very, very good. One of the stronger characters in the game. Now we have an AIM event going on right now, which was a little confusing. Let's go and I don't know where the background for it is, but let's go into the game for this. Experiment Live. We got a Silver Scientist Supreme Blitz, we had a Graviton Blitz this past week, and we had a in-game notification of MODOK, the TV series starting on Hulu. I think it's going to be this week. So was this helpful for you? I know not for your main account, but for your smaller account, your newer account, was this helpful for you to farm those AIM characters and potentially unlocking those difficult missions on the heroes villains chapter 7?
Yeah, definitely. Listen, any shards are shards. I'll take the shards, right? Eventually the goal in this game is to get every character to 7 stars, right? That's the goal. So therefore I'll take the shards. And AIM is not, I think I gave a lot of crap to AIM at some point in time in my MSF career, but they're really not a bad team.
Before or after their rework?
A little after their rework, but I think that was just more because everybody kept on saying AIM is the best, and I'm like, they're not the best. They're good. Team.
They became a good team. Not about the best team, but they're good. They became a good team.
They're a beginner team. I'm like, they can help in some areas for beginners, but I don't know if they're. But listen, I digress, right? I do think that AIM is very valuable for Doom campaigns. They're usable, right, for Chapter 2. They have a lot of value. My only gripe with the AIM team was always that Graviton's in the War Store. That was always been my gripe about him. But I think overall you can find a lot of value from the AIM team with there being low investment on the characters. So yeah, AIM has a place, and yeah, this is an okay event, I think, for earlier players.
Now we have MODOK rotating through this section here. Yeah. Do you think this is a hint from MODOK, or this is just some promotional tool for that Hulu series?
Yeah, I just think this is just straight up like they did with Falcon and Winter Soldier. You know, they did something very, 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 very minuscule with the WandaVision series. I just think it's just something tying into the series of the show. It would be cool as heck, though. By the way, if MODOK came into the game, I would like it. I think he's a cool character.
Well, we do have some juicy little tidbits for the rumors and speculation section at the end. So and it may or may not include MODOK.
Okay.
Let's talk about this costume event that's going on right now. Form and function going on right now. A little bit of a controversy because if you added all this up, it equates to about 40,000 points. We did get notice yesterday from Cerebro that there's going to be at least 10,000 in that 1 day event that is coming up. I think it's at the exact conclusion of this. So in 5 days, as of us recording this. And so I guess that's a good thing. But as far as the rewards, these look pretty good in my opinion. You got a Elite 5 there. You got some Armory 15 orbs. And you get some cool costumes if you want to buy them, or you could save them for the bits at a 60% conversion rate. If we look at the costume event on what they said in the blog post, unused bits converted on June 7th. So make sure you spend if you're planning to spend before that. And if not, then you get all those costume fragments. So yes, looking good. And there's a dress to impress bonus event, which apparently is going to award over 10,000 of these bits. Is this like an exciting event for you? And we'll separate from the costumes. We'll talk about the costumes as well. But was this event, the rewards about it and stuff, just was this helpful for you?
I mean, the rewards, the gear, even on baby account, you know, I'll take the blue gear raid orbs too, because I gotta upgrade blue gear before I can get the purple gear, right? So I'll take those there. I like it's one of those events where you get some extra stuff, and I'm not gonna complain about getting extra stuff for doing things that I already do in the game. I'm already raiding. I'm already doing 5 arena attacks every day. You know, I'm already doing 8 to 10 war attacks, right? Or whatever, like I'll take it. Thank you. It's fine with it, you know.
Yeah. Now, all right. Now let's get to the costumes. What are your thoughts on these costumes? Are any of these appealing enough for you? And as you can see, I bought that Fury costume there. I didn't let it convert to bits. But are this black and white version of Vision, or the black and white version of Scarlet Witch, or this different version of Thor? Are any of these appealing to you? And or are you going to let your credits convert to these normal fragments here? What are they called? Costume credits.
Yeah. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm probably gonna grab the Thor one. You guys know this already. Thor's my favorite character. You can see it from my logo.
That's a good choice. That's a good choice, my friend.
Yeah. So I'm gonna be grabbing the Thor one. You know, I don't think that there's the costumes for me doesn't really do anything, but it's kind of cool. I just didn't like their release of costumes and the price tag that they put behind them, right? But I think
the price tag is ridiculous. The price tag is ridiculous.
Absolutely ridiculous.
That's not a good question.
Not at all. But if they're going to be releasing the bits here, and we're going to be able to use that to upgrade these costumes, once again for doing probably very minimal work, you know, for the most part, then yeah, I'll take that Thor suit.
I like it. I'm probably going to get the Thor suit myself. And I actually like these costumes better, but I think they go well as a pair. But I'm not really using Vision. I'm not really using Scarlet Witch in the game right now. I am using Thor a little bit, so this one makes more sense for me. One thing I was a little disappointing when I got that Fury costume, though. If we scroll and find Fury, don't really get to see anything unless you click on the roster. What I would have liked to see, and I know a lot of people were saying this when some people got the Captain Marvel and the Elektra costume, nothing changes with the avatar. You see this big change when you see him in the game, but you know, when you have the avatar, there's nothing. When you're scrolling by, if you're not using these characters, it would be kind of cool even to see a black and white Scarlet Witch or black and white Vision.
Yeah,
I might be crazy enough to get those pink flash bits just for something changing this roster screen, even if I'm not using the character in the game. So I think this is a miss on their part. They could have added the avatars here, allowed you to use the avatar as your main avatar for that border that shows up. Where is it? This one right here. They could have allowed that. There's a lot of things that they could have done to make it more appealing. I think this is one of them. What do you feel about them adding avatars? Do you think that's something that they should do, or it's just too much work for them? Too much stuff is going to break if they do that.
I wouldn't say I would. It would be cool if they did it, but I don't trust them to do it in a way that is just okay. So no, I agree. No.
I want it to happen. If they can code it right and not break anything by doing it, and it's not going to divert their resources and man hours away from something else, I would like to see that happen. Because when I'm scrolling through my roster, I would like to see which characters I got that have costumes and which don't. I think that'd just be a cool little detail that I think would be nice. Cool. It would. All right, Ebony Maw. Ebony Maw's event came back early this week. Did you get an extra star on him with one of your accounts, or were you able to unlock him with your, actually, no, you said you don't have Black Bolt yet, so no Ebony Maw, but were you able to get any extra stars on Ebony Maw with your main account?
Yeah, I was. I was finally able to fill out the 7, get him the 7 stars.
Oh, yeah. Yes.
That was pretty
And congratulations to every one of you that unlocked Ebony Maw or got an extra star on him. Now, what is Ebony Maw's value right now for you in the game?
Yeah, I mean, I use him. The only place I don't really use Ebony Maw right now is in Arena. I don't use him anymore there, but I use him Dark Dimension. He's extremely valuable. He's valuable in these raids, sometimes Greek raids as well. I mean, he's valuable. You know, we do Ultimate 7.5. And that Black Order is the team that I take in first, and then I finish off with my Axemen, you know, for that Ultimate node. So, yeah, I mean, he's extremely valuable. I think it's between him and Doc Ock that are the top legendaries in this game. I don't see him. He's really good. He's really good, and there's a lot of value for him. I wish I had more red stars on him, but you know, he's a pretty good character.
Although maybe with the promo credits, all the extra promo credits that we're getting in a month. you could get some Ebony Maw stars.
Yes, those 40 extra promo credits.
What is 40? Is it 40? I didn't calculate. I know they said 150 total, but I don't remember what it was previous to that. So.
I just threw out some arbitrary number because Scopeplay always throws out arbitrary numbers.
Sounds right. But yeah, I gotta agree. Ebony Maw, I'm using him pretty much everywhere except for Arena. Raids, using it in Doom raids every day in that Mystic section. There's not a lot of great Mystic characters. He's one of them. So he's very important in that Mystic section in Doom raids. What else? War offense. I guess not war defense, but I'm using a war offense. Black Order still one of the best war offense teams. Yeah. I guess unless you're trying to beat the Heroes for Hire, they're still very good. And yeah, they're an auto win team in Blitz. They're my highest scoring Blitz team. So I love them there. So yeah. Awesome character, and congratulations to everybody that got him. Yes. But now, you know what time it is, Goofy?
What time is it?
It's time for some rumors and speculation. So I heard from Drew. I did hear from Drew. People were wondering, where is Drew? I did hear from him. He said there are 3 new characters coming. All 3 of them are heroes. One of them is Adam Warlock. So if Drew says it, that is good enough for me as being confirmed. Adam Warlock coming in the next update, but 2 other hero characters. Now, of course, these are just rumors, but that would put to bed the rest. That would put to rest. I can't even say it properly, but that'll stop the rumors about MODOK coming, because I don't think he would be a hero. I think he would be a villain. I don't think they're using some weird alternate reality MODOK. But if MODOK is not in and Adam Warlock is, who do you think the other 2 characters are? And I was trying to get that information from Drew. I didn't think it would be necessary to bring him on just for a character that we have already seen tease. Yeah. So who do you think these other 2 heroes are? I couldn't get the names from Drew. So who do you think they are?
So I'll be curious. Wow. Well, Heroes for Hire just got released, right? So what if, I don't know if we're going to be waiting until the Shang-Chi movie rolls around, but I mean, it would make sense if he's another one of those hero characters that does get released.
Team-wise, it would make sense for Shang-Chi. I'm pronouncing it wrong. It's supposed to be Shang-Chi. I saw the tweet. Shang-Chi.
I'm sorry, guys.
I saw the tweet from Simu Liu that was how to pronounce it. So but that would make sense. That would very much make sense for the team we have. We don't have a 5th member of the Heroes for Hire, and that team, as if that team needed to be stronger. Come on.
Right. True.
So that one, but maybe defenders. We got that blog post back in early December saying there's more defenders coming.
Yeah,
kind of weird timing for that though, if he's going to be added to defenders, because they're already broken up, and I don't know if they're relevant nowadays. Here's a rumor that was supposed to be for the last patch that kind of got pushed back because of Kestrel. U.S. Agent. How do you feel about that character?
He's a cool character. Well, he's an interesting character.
Where would he go?
Yeah, I don't know what team he would fit on though. Would he just be like assuming he would be a skill character too, right? So I guess
he seems like a skill character.
You could probably throw him somewhere. Maybe he could work with Shield. I don't know, man. I really don't know where US Agent would fit in the game.
I don't know. And the series is already done, so I don't know how likely that is at this point. But I personally, I would like to see him come to the game at some point. I'm drawing a blank as far as the teams that need. I mean, maybe X Factor. Maybe we're getting X Factor coming to the game.
I was thinking because I mean June is Pride Month, right? So it would make sense if they were bringing in. Is it Richter?
Richter. Yeah. That's the one. Yes, we've got an America Chavez the first Pride Month. We've got the Negasonic the second one. I think Richter is Richter's a good call. I like that one. Good catch on that one. I like that.
It could also be introducing another character to go with Adam Warlock too. I mean, I guess you could. Who's another character that's on that team that makes sense? Is the only other character I know is Moondragon,
but we got the Guardians in the game already. So
Moondragon is another character. I don't really know much. I just know the name. I don't really know much about I think it's a part of the Infinity Watch team. So maybe I don't know. I don't know much about the Infinity Watch team. You guys probably are. I can't know every comic, damn it.
All right. So Drew said two other heroes besides Adam Warlock is coming this one. I am kind of drawing a blank on this one. I'm trying to get more information on Drew, and as soon as I get more information, Drew will definitely be on with those rumors. But that's all we got right now. We're just speculating at this point. So if you guys got some better speculation, I think there is a clue with that Pride Month though, because they have celebrated that 2 years prior. They're probably going to celebrate this month, so that's probably a likely character coming. Whether it's Richter or not, I think there will be someone to celebrate that. And that is it, brother. And anything else that you want to discuss as far as rumors or speculation?
No, man, no rumors, no speculations on my part.
Okay. All right, well, that is it. Thank you, Goofy. Tell everybody where they could find you.
Yes, GoofyRhexi everywhere, right? Literally GoofyRhexi everywhere. Twitch,
search for GoofyRhexi on Google.
GoofyRhexi there. Also, don't forget that Healmaster is that new meta, and also Merc Medics are also that new meta as well. Don't forget about that, guys.
Yeah. All right, so check him out, guys. YouTube, Twitch. Do you have OnlyFans yet?
I don't have an OnlyFans that I'm sharing yet.
Not sharing. Okay, so I guess you'll have to contact Goofy on your own if you want to get that link. If I could get his Discord link, I'll put that into the comments as well. So check all that stuff out for Goofy. We will. Or I guess some people will and some people won't. But thank you, Goofy. It is always fun. We always have these fun conversations and talk about some real important stuff as well as far as Marvel Strike Force. Always a pleasure, my friend. Thank you guys for joining us on the weekly news update. It is always fun, and it is always fun to read the comments and some of your speculation as well. I'm drawing a blank on these heroes, so maybe you have some better guesses than I do. Leave them in the comments. Let me know on Discord, and I will see you guys tomorrow morning on the Valley Club stream on Twitch, guys. Check me out on Twitter to see exactly when I go live and any notifications there. Check out some of my other videos as well. And Goofy, before you go, give me that Hulk fist bump, brother.
Let's go.
The screen. Oh yeah, GoofyRhexi and ValleyFlyin out. Have a great rest of your week, guys.